If I told you the man you're looking at right now, with this big belly, clearly intoxicated and participating in humiliating spectacles for the camera, was once a multi-division world boxing champion and is barely in his mid-30s, would you believe it?
Nah, I don't play with women. I'm that.
This is Adrien Broner.
He fried.
With an incredible undefeated streak, blinding hand speed, and untouchable entertainment skills on the mic, he was universally anointed as the undisputed successor to Floyd Mayweather.
He called me the can man, because anybody can get it.
Adrien Broner is truly amazing. You know, he's the future of boxing.
When he was at the top of boxing, he didn't just emulate Floyd, he wanted to be him.
This the difference between me and them other boxers, man. They do what they can. I do what I want. I had to go get some straps. And now all I do is pop straps. Cause my big bro. Shout out to Floyd.
He was literally flushing $100 bills down the toilet just to flex his wealth on the world.
What? Flushing $100 bills down the toilets? Give me some of that money. Why you doing it down the toilet, gang? Oh my God. I didn't realize how dumb Adrien Broner was until he was flushing money down the toilet. Oh my God, just gone, vanished, out of there.
You made a lot of money.
Yeah, I made a lot of money.
And threw a lot of it in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you blow it all?
No, I mean literally.
But then, fast forward to 2026, the man who used to wipe his sweat with currency can't afford to pay a $2,200 restaurant bill.
Here y'all go.
That's like promotion, man.
That's all I can give.
He drunk as
You don't know when the
hell.
party stops? You just look around one day and the fights ain't there no more?
Yeah.
All it takes is a year or two and you don't have that $4 or $5 million fight come in and you know what I mean?
He's begging women for kisses on Twitch streams, and he
Nah,
can't
he
even
is going
afford to
crazy.
call his own Uber to get home.
I gotta go, but I got shit to do, bro. I got shit to do, bro.
So,
That's
what actually
sad,
happened to
boy.
him? Was it
That's
the
sad,
alcohol?
boy.
Were there underlying mental issues? Or is this just the most catastrophic case of all-around self-sabotage in modern sports history? In this video, we're going to break down the sad psychological downfall of Adrien Broner. To truly understand the depth of Adrien Broner's crash, you have to understand the sheer altitude of his peak. We aren't just talking about a good fighter who fell on hard times. We're talking about a generational talent.
If there's one rising young American fighter who might be expected to command the spotlight for the next couple of years and perhaps into the future, he's 23-year-old Adrien Broner of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Adrien Broner was an absolute force of nature. He was a 4-division world champion. He captured belts in the super featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, and super lightweight divisions. He possessed a kind of natural, God-given athleticism that you simply cannot teach in the gym.
Unquestionably, the top two American fighters right now are Floyd Mayweather and Andre Ward. The question becomes, how long is it before we begin to put Broner somewhere near their league?
And because he had the talent, he commanded the money. We are talking about guaranteed $1 million purses. He took home a reported 2.5
If I was a fighter getting $1 million a fight, I'm trying to fight 3-4 times a year.
million guarantee just to step in the ring with Manny Pacquiao.
Pacquiao was
2.5?
guaranteed $20 million for that fight.
Damn.
You were guaranteed on paper. I already know how this goes. On paper, $2.5 million. This was your highest profile fight.
When you factor in the pay-per-view points, the sponsorships, and the undisclosed locker room bonuses, his estimated career earnings sat comfortably in the $30 million range. He branded himself AB, which means about billions, emulating his idol Floyd Mayweather's The Money Team.
About billions? You know, I gave my little brother that name all about the bread. My man, Adrien Broner. It's gonna be a problem, the problem child. And
I'm AB, but I'm also the king of LV. And I'm talking Louis Vuitton or Las Vegas. Because we put on great shows and we about the lights and about a lot of money.
Just like Mayweather, he was the villain. And in the economics of combat sports, playing the villain is a highly lucrative position. People will pay a lot of money to see a bad guy get knocked out. But there was a fatal flaw in the architecture of his empire.
He was
Because
wilding
Broner
out,
looked up
huh?
to Floyd Mayweather, he also copied the arrogance, the spending, and the
took off
chaotic
on?
lifestyle.
Always balling, always buying.
But he completely ignored Floyd's monastic, obsessive work ethic behind closed doors. Floyd played a character on TV to sell pay-per-views, but when the cameras turned off, he lived in the gym. But Broner, on the other hand, wore a mask. He built his foundation on a counterfeit blueprint. He believed his talent made him immune to the consequences of a lack of discipline. And in professional boxing, reality always collects its debts.
I feel like Adrien Broner should come back to boxing, y'all. Have y'all been watching the streams and stuff? That nigga AB is a real drunk. Like, if he could put down the bottle and the drinks and come back to boxing, bro, he would break the internet. Everyone wants to see him come back to boxing. I don't know why he hasn't done that yet.
The timeline of a psychological collapse in sports is rarely defined by one single moment. Usually, athletes just slowly fade away. But for Adrien Broner, the exact moment his psychological armor cracked was broadcast in high definition to millions of people.
Madonna? Is that the Madonna
December
fight?
14th, 2013.
No, that's not it.
The
Yeah.
opponent, Marcos Maidana.
Yo.
You see, Broner walked into that ring as his normal, cocky, heavily favored, undefeated champion. He expected another routine showcase of his superior athleticism. Instead, he was systematically and brutally dismantled.
That bitch hit hard, man. When he hit me, right, he caught me with a good shot early. And then when I was moving, I was cool. And he threw a weird shot. It looked like he was coming to the body, but he came up top of it. Ooh, shit. Like, good shot.
Maidana, using sheer volume, grit, and aggression to drop Broner violently in the second round and again in the 8th round. But it wasn't just the physical beating that broke Broner, it was the psychological humiliation. He lost a unanimous decision, but rather than displaying the stoicism you expect from an elite fighter, Broner immediately fled the ring. He walked back to the dressing room, openly crying.
You just walk out of the ring.
Yeah, and my emotions rolling. I ain't care for no interviews, man. This, you gotta think, this is my first loss of my career. Honestly, I cried for like 3-4 months.
Wow. Madonna whooped him
I
that
kept
bad?
myself just sitting there, just.
This was the turning point. Instead of retreating to the isolation of the boxing gym to fix his defensive liabilities, Broner initiated a pattern of aggressive ego protection. He couldn't handle the trauma of his fading physical superiority, so he deflected his energy into an alternate reality where his worth couldn't be quantified by boxing. He decided he was going to be a rapper.
You wanna be... Nigga wanted to be a rapper, y'all. That don't... Out of everything you could have done with the money you had, you wanted to be a rapper. That's what your ass is. Madonna should have knocked you out.
I
Again.
love making music.
Bad bitch named Nana, got a friend named Nene, Nana mad as hell. I took a friend out, then I took her home for a sneak peek.
I didn't know that. You a rapper?
Yeah.
That was trash.
And that all became because of the loss?
No, it was just like, I can do other shit. I don't want to be in a little box.
He started hanging out with Rick Ross and Waka Flocka Flame, and eventually he started releasing his own music. This wasn't about artistic ambition. This was psychological cope at its peak. By diluting his focus, Broner created a built-in psychological excuse for his declining boxing performance. If he lost in the ring, he could tell himself that he was a businessman, an entertainer, a brand, not merely a failing athlete. It was a coping mechanism designed to shield him from the terrifying reality that his primary...
So Madonna beat him that bad, made that boy start rapping, become an entertainer, and now that boy is streaming. Shout out Marcus Madonna, man.
skill set needed sharpening.
He has a lot to learn. I think he should spend less time on social media, less time trying to be a hip-hop artist, and focus more on his craft.
As his physical power inside the ring faded, Broner desperately sought to exert absolute power outside of it. And this is where the financial and legal spiral began. In June 2018, Broner was involved in a sexual assault incident against a woman at a nightclub in Cleveland, Ohio.
Listen, I got a book bag, right? I had a book bag on. It had like 270-something thousand in it, right? I put it down. I turned, and it's gone. The waitress is gone, the bag is gone. But I didn't know that one of my friends was playing and they got the bag. So I chased down the waitress and I didn't choke her, I just held her.
Following an indictment, he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor assault. The civil judgment ruled aggressively against him, ordering him to pay over $800,000 to the victim. Reports indicate he hasn't paid a single penny of that judgment, despite continually boasting about his cash reserves on Instagram. But this wasn't an isolated incident. There were more assault allegations at a mall in Atlanta. There was an arrest for trespassing at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. There was an arrest for a DUI in Florida.
More trouble for boxing champ Adrien Broner. He was arrested last night here in Covington in an SUV riddled with bullet holes.
Boxer Adrien Broner will spend the next 3 days in jail. Broner was in a Northern Kentucky courtroom where he pleaded guilty to a disorderly conduct charge from 2014.
Broner has a pattern. When facing the courts, his behavior perfectly mirrored his reign persona, a total refusal to accept accountability. As evidenced by a probation violation hearing in Cleveland, Broner stood before the judge and offered vague, dismissive excuses. The judge, recognizing the absolute lack of respect for the court, remanded Broner to 7 days in the county jail on the spot.
7 days,
I have not responded. I think you're not helping yourself right now.
But what I'm saying is this: if I'm incarcerated, how can I do all of this? I have to go to the.
Visit you?
No, but
You can sign up
he
the
can't.
station. I'm sorry, one at a time.
I'm sorry.
You see, his $30 million in career earnings didn't just evaporate through lavish spending on jewelry and cars. It evaporated through a structural inability to separate the
now,
fictional...
why did they put that mask on like that? They did it was so wrong. They knew what they were doing.
About billions persona from the strict responsibilities of the real world. Which brings us to the present day. With the rise of influencer culture, we have to track a series of public incidents Broner has been involved in recently, broadcast via streams to millions of viewers. These incidents escalate from pathetically sad to actively dangerous. Broner started appearing on live streams hosted by digital personalities. During one broadcast, the man who used to headline premium fight cards agreed to completely shave off his beard on camera in exchange for one of the streamer's chains in a mere $1,000.
I ain't gonna lie, this shit gone, my boy. This shit gone, yo, bitch, bro. God damn, boy. This shit gone.
Trading his bodily autonomy for a trivial sum of cash signaled a massive devaluation of his self-worth. But it got worse. Footage emerged of a disheveled Broner actively asking a cameraman for funds to call an Uber. He looked into the lens and said, "I don't got bread. I'll make sure you get it back."
Or you can get it back. Alright, well, make sure you get it back.
I don't got bread.
It was really sad because it seemed like he was like, I don't know if he was high or he didn't seem drunk. He seemed like he might have been off something, like he was
I was gonna say, it was
or...
definitely giving some substance use.
Think about the psychology of this moment. He is voluntarily participating in a digital freak show. He is trading his historical legacy and his personal pride for pennies. This loss of dignity rapidly metastasized into absolute apathy.
Now, what is he, 35, 36?
He 30, he finna be 40? Dang, I thought Broner was only like 32, 33. He finna be 40 acting like this? Oh yeah, he might end up catching a case one day, especially messing around with these little ass girls.
And if you're healthy men, when they hit 36, their body starts to decline.
Absolutely.
And he's not that healthy.
In September 2025, a viral video captured Broner attempting to skip out on a $2,200 restaurant and bar tab while heavily intoxicated. When pressed for the money, his emotional state swung violently between defiance and sheer despair.
What's up?
Give it to him. That's all I can give.
I wasn't waiting great
here. You gotta go to rehab. That's all.
Yeah, he need to put the cup down for sure.
I'm Treasure Wilson, aka
can't
Stat
put
Baby,
down
along
the
with your hosts
gun.
Mace and Cam. And in the studio, y'all, we got a special guest introducing AB.
Hey man, this shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I did not know I was gonna be on the show.
And it only gets worse from here. Even when the media throws him a lifeline, his calcified persona actively destroys the opportunity. Take his appearance on the highly popular sports podcast, It Is What It Is, hosted by hip-hop legends Cameron and Mace. Broner was brought on as a paid guest. This was his chance to talk boxing and remind the public of his legitimate sports knowledge. Instead, he arrived heavily intoxicated, slurring his words with a bizarre, erratic demeanor. Rather than engaging with the host, Broner relentlessly and inappropriately flirted with the show's female co-host, Treasure Stat Baby Wilson, despite her obvious discomfort.
I'm not gonna say my weight on camera.
That's like crazy.
I'm not gonna answer that. No, I'm the way I'm supposed to be. But the welterweight division.
Right. Stat, I love you.
Recognizing that Broner was completely unmanageable, Cameron officially kicked him off the set mid-interview.
I'm gonna pay you for your time, for being here. I appreciate you. I love you, my nigga.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you, but I'm gonna pay you for your time.
He said, I don't want no problems
But
with you.
you
You
can't
gonna knock
violate,
me
bro.
out, bro.
I told you that.
I'm not, though. I'm not.
Nah, I told you niggas boyfriends in here. You know when my
Oh,
brother
shit, my bad, bro.
When you look at this interaction, you can only come to one conclusion. Psychologically, Broner demonstrated a profound inability to turn off his character. The toxic entitlement that allowed him to thrive as a boxing villain has turned into a social pathology.
And Adrien Broner, he looks.
Cook,
Get it together, dog.
Fried.
He did not sound well. He didn't sound well. He didn't look well. He didn't present himself well at all.
He cannot read the room. He cannot respect professional boundaries. He is actively burning his last remaining bridges because his ego will not allow him to submit to normal behavioral standards.
Nah, that's for real. Facts.
Maybe.
This deep-seated entitlement was exposed even further during a Twitch stream where Broner asked a female guest for a kiss.
Let's kiss for the chat.
We're not kissing.
That's crazy.
I'm not doing that. I'll kiss the chat. I'll kiss the chat.
When she politely and firmly declined, Broner experienced a complete psychological crash out. His tone shifted instantly from playful to hostile.
I don't play with women. All that playing, I don't play with women, gang. I'm that. I'm really him, bro. I don't I don't care how beautiful a woman is, none of that, bro. I make my own millions.
The rage exhibited in that video was not actually directed at the woman. It was pure, unadulterated self-hatred bubbling to the surface. When she rejected him, she unconsciously shattered the delusion that his fame granted him universal access. If you look at this psychologically, you can tell he is profoundly angry at himself for squandering his generational talent. And when the outside world refuses to validate his delusion, that severe cognitive dissonance manifests as verbal abuse and desperate proclamations of a wealth that no longer exists.
I done had them all, gang.
This downward spiral reached a terrifying climax during a multi-day live stream bender in Las Vegas. What began as chaotic internet content devolved rapidly into a severe public safety crisis. After hours of heavy drinking and heated confrontations inside a nightclub, a severely intoxicated Broner attempted to get behind the wheel of a vehicle. When the streamers and his own associates physically intervened to stop him from driving drunk, Broner's reaction was explosive violence.
Don't touch me no more. And I'm telling y'all, and I'm serious, bro. And I'm dead. Don't touch me no more.
At this point, the alcohol has entirely ceased to be a tool for celebrating victories. It is a heavy, dangerous anesthetic, completely blinding him to the profound danger he poses to himself and society. The public spectacle has definitively transitioned from a sad internet sideshow into a real-time documentation of a man on the absolute brink of self-destruction.
Nasty ass, eating booty ass, shitty ass nigga, bro.
To view Adrien Broner strictly through the lens of moral judgment or comedic mockery is to miss the fundamental human tragedy at the center of this story. Beneath the hollow bravado, beneath the skip tabs and the live stream outbursts, there's a human being who seriously needs help. He has entirely lost his way in a system designed to exploit physical and psychological trauma for profit. The infrastructure of professional boxing is fundamentally unforgiving. It routinely takes young men from environments of extreme poverty, gives them an opportunity to make tens of millions of dollars, and surrounds them with an ecosystem of sycophants whose financial livelihoods depend on never telling the fighter no. But when the physical talents inevitably fade, those enablers vanish. They leave the athlete completely isolated, cognitively battered, and entirely unequipped to navigate a civilian world they were never prepared for. But the boxing community is starting to recognize this. Other boxers like Ryan Garcia have publicly reached out to address Broner directly, offering help and mental health support. People are realizing that this is no longer entertainment. It is a medical and psychological emergency. Broner is fighting a losing battle against his own demons, and the internet is merely the venue for his defeat.
Never! You trying to drive drunk? I'm gonna drive!
But interestingly, the very digital landscape that is currently documenting his humiliation could serve as his ultimate salvation. The economy of combat sports has radically evolved. In the modern era of influencer boxing, dominated by names like Jake Paul and Adrien Ross, Adrien Broner does not need to recapture his physical prime. He doesn't need to fight unified world champions to secure a life-changing payday. He already possesses the one currency that the modern market values above all else: undeniable name recognition. A sober, physically conditioned Adrien Broner fighting a high-profile influencer would generate millions of dollars in pay-per-view revenue. The lifeline is dangling right in front of him, and the financial mechanisms exist to completely restore his wealth and provide a stable future for his family. He just has to be disciplined enough to grasp the opportunity. But physical rehabilitation is utterly impossible without complete psychological reconstruction. To salvage the remainder of his life, his finances, and his legacy, Adrien Broner must commit to an agonizing task. He has to definitively kill the Adrien Broner character. To survive, he must accept the painful, humbling reality that he is no longer Floyd Mayweather's successor. Until he sheds the heavy, suffocating armor of his own ego and addresses the root of his trauma, the cycle of public degradation will only accelerate. The ultimate tragedy of Adrien Broner is that his toughest opponent was never Marcos Maidana or Manny Pacquiao. His most devastating opponent has always been the reflection in the mirror. And right now, he is losing the fight of his life.